In today's video, we're going to look at how the 12 principles of animation will impact your animation or make it better. So stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Eon and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel. The channel that is specifically aimed at everyone that is new to animation. And if that is you, welcome, you are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. Now, I just thought that maybe I should create a series of videos to see how the 12 principles of animation actually improves your animations. Okay, so today we're going to look at the first one, squash and stretch, and see like a before and after, the difference that it makes to your animations and just how much it improves it. So with me here, or I've got one of the characters that I've created. Just if you are interested, I do sell these characters on my website. They are fully rigged with 360 head as well as fully rigged hands. So on my website, if you are interested, they are available. So yeah, you can just go there. I've got currently 3 characters available. Okay, so what I did is I've got 2 characters. The one I've already animated just to save some time, and then I have the other one that we're going to apply squash and stretch to, and then we're going to compare the two and see just the difference squash and stretch actually makes to this movement. So I'm going to just hide this one for now, just to show you the first one. Okay, so that is the movement I've created. So he's looking to the front and now he's looking at the back, and I've just bent his body a little bit, his upper body, just to add more movement than just the head. Okay, so that is basically what I did with this character. Now we're going to apply on the second one, we are going to apply squash and stretch. Okay, so let's hide that one. We select this one. I'm just going to delete that. Okay, so let's just create his head movement. Okay, so I'm just going to create a keyframe there as well for his eyes. Then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to let his head move in a linear movement. I'm going to give it a little bit of a swoop. So at, let's say, 15 or 5 keyframes later, I'm going to put it at the bottom. And then at 20, he can now look that way. And his eyes can now also look that way. Okay, so if we're going to look at that now, you can see there's just a little bit of his head moves like that. So it's just something to add on. It's actually one of the principles of animation as well, arc, but we'll get to that video later on. This is only squash and stretch. Now just to note, I'm using Cartoon Animator 4, so I don't have that functionality or capabilities that you have in Cartoon Animator 5, where you can actually squash and stretch the different sprites and body parts and props, etc. So this is a method that I basically use in my animations that I'm going to show you now. Okay, so let's go to frame 10 and let's just create my different keyframes. So I want a keyframe for my head. I want one for my neck. I want a starting keyframe for my torso. And then for my left arm and left forearm. And then the same right arm and right forearm. So let's just go to right arm. And we create a, there you go. And so we create, okay, so we've got our starting point, our keyframes there. So what I want to do now is at the middle I want his body to squash in. Okay, so how do I do that? So let's quickly start. I take his torso and I bring it in, so I squash it a little bit, and then I take his neck and I bring his head down. So there's a little bit of a squash there. Okay, and then I take the arms, or this, let's just bring that in. So I'm going to squash his arms in as well for that effect, and I'm going to lift his shoulders. So it creates a little bit more of a squash feel, and I do the same with the other arm. Lift it, bring it in, and then change his forearm. Okay, so now his neck is in, his arms are in, and his body is in. So his whole body is squashed in. Okay, so if we go to frame 20 now we can basically get him in his final position. So I am just going to bring that upper body up and swirl it. His neck, we can bring his neck up again, make his head right, and now we can just drop his shoulders again and make his arms straight. And we do the same with the other arm. Let's just bring that in, drop the shoulder, and change the forearm like so. Okay, so if we're going to press play now, he's going to squash in and stretch out. Okay, so if we press play like so. So you can see there's a little bit of a squash and stretch. And let's compare the two side by side. And if we're going to press play now, you can see the one with the squash and stretch looks so much better. It just adds a little bit of personality to the character, and we can take it one step further and we can maybe add some squash and stretch to his face. Now again, we don't have the capability to squash his face, but we can use his facial expression. So let's go there and let's just change his facial expressions to create a little bit of a squash effect. Okay, so let's change his face to that, or his mouth. His eyes, we can maybe do that, and his eyebrows, we can make it lower like so, and then by there we can, let's just see where his eyes are opening. I just want to see there. Okay, so let's change his mouth maybe to that. Okay, so if we're going to press play now, it just creates his face also squashes in, and with his eyebrows we actually create that effect of his face is squashing in and stretching out like so. And then again, if we just compare the two necks of side by side, and if we press play, you can see the second one looks so much better. So squash and stretch really adds life to your animation. So it's really important to apply this principle of animation to your animation to create better animations. So guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that like button. It really helps this channel. And I will see you guys next week with another video where we're going to look at some other principles of animation and see how it really affects your animations. And again, if you are interested in maybe purchasing some of my characters on my website, it is available there with some other characters as well. So guys, that is it for me. I will see you guys next week with another video. God bless and happy animating.